So we're at 10 months in to this voyage of podcasting, and intros just don't get any easier.
No.
At what point we might have to call Jed and Vaughn? I think they're up to 7 years, and we just go, mate, how many years do we have to wait where the introductions into a podcast episode flow a little nicer?
Yeah, they're not easy. We'll just start it there then, hey? Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of the Lido Podcast.
Yes, unfortunately we can't start it that way every episode, but for today,
Yeah.
perfecto.
Yeah. What's been going on, brother?
Pretty uneventful for me at the moment, which is good. You know, when you just have like crazy moments, like you hear they're everywhere. I feel like we did Stab High, then we went to, then I went to Stradbroke Island, and then you've got like Lebar on the weekend. Just had like 3 or 4 weekends in a row. Like you work Monday to Friday, and then you got something on the weekend. It just feels like go.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in this little nook where the weekends are free for now.
That's cool.
So I'm enjoying that time because, yeah, it's few and far between sometimes, which is good. I like that. It keeps you busy, keeps you active in the environment. So,
Yeah.
but it's good to get a little yin and yang and balance of opposites if you want to get all rookery.
Yeah. Subtle plug there.
Subtle plug.
And it might seem a bit forced that I ask that when we start, like, what have you been up to? But we actually don't talk that much outside of this. We kind of, Zach works Monday to Friday. I work Friday to Monday. So we don't have many overlapping days where we're actually together.
Yeah.
We have moments where we're able to record the pod, but it's genuinely as a catch up occasionally. And
Everything is Largo.
yeah, it is. We do obviously talk, but it's like, what do you reckon about this? Like, should I post this?
Yeah.
And
It's business chat.
yeah.
That's why
If you can call it that.
we should put in our calendars after this. I'm going to this can hold us accountable actually. Lunch to our
Lunch date.
Yeah, we have been kind of flirting that idea a bit. Like, let's just go get lunch. No shop talk. Just talk about Zach and Finley.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, you just burn out.
Yeah. The issue is I don't do much. It's like every time you ask me what I do,
I've stopped asking.
you might have noticed he's stopped asking because it's the same answer every week. And it is. It's just the overlap of work schedules but we actually this morning went for a surf and Zach didn't. You forgot to message me, right? That's what happened.
I felt bad when you texted me. I was like, fuck, there was nothing stopping me texting. You know when you look at the waves and you go, that's a quick wash. You're not calling around when it's 1 foot northerly going, boys, get out here, it's sick. It's like, that's just I'm going to whack me boardies on and just go for a quick one.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you call, you know when someone calls you and they're like, come surf, you almost feel obliged to do so.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and it's shit. You're like, really, man? Like, you call me to come here and do
come
this?
surf. Yeah.
But I did feel bad.
Don't feel bad. It was funny. I saw, just like, by the way, as well, the zoom on the iPhone cameras now, it's incredible.
Yeah, but there's some fake ones out there.
Yeah, there
The
is.
real funny ones, and they zoom like 14 kilometers on like some telescope, and they're like, the new iPhone 16 is sick.
Yeah. Well, I don't have that one, but I was sitting down in the car park, fair way away from your car, and I was like, that looks like Zach's car, but I was fairly far away.
It would have been like 300-400 meters.
Yeah, it was a lot. I could put it this way, I couldn't read your number plate, and that's kind of how I decide if it's your car, obviously. But I got my phone out, zoomed in, and sure enough, CAG. I won't repeat the last three. You might get someone, I don't know.
It's actually common knowledge to the public.
I guess, yeah. But it was you, and I filmed you and sent it to you and hoped you. I just did the old post and drop and ran out and then just let you sit with that while you drove home.
It crossed my mind. I do apologize
That's
publicly right now.
I had an awful time.
How fucked was it?
It was cold.
Freezing.
It was just dismal. Barely put a turn together and then came in and then went to Macca's, which was the highlight.
You need like a royalty program.
Mate, I went last night. I was tagged famous win. 3 straight losses leading into last night, so we had to pull something out. We did, so well done to the lads. I went to Macca's last night, didn't get anything. Proud of me.
Come again.
The lads that I drove to, I was tagged. Didn't want to. They wanted food, so went there, and I didn't get any Macca's. Probably the first time I've ever been through that drive-through and not got Macca's.
That's almost a crime.
Yeah, I know.
Got it.
Nothing, not even like a frozen Coke. Just zilch. But I did go this morning and got a bacon egg McMuffin. So
Fair.
there was that. But yeah, we thought as well, given we are nearing the first bat raise of 50 episodes, and maybe it does make sense to do it next week, but we're happy to do it this week anyway.
We can do it twice.
We can do it twice if we need to, but we thought we'd reintroduce ourselves because since starting, we probably did an intro like the first episode, and then we continued to forget to say our name. We still don't do it now, but like we don't at the start of the episode go like, my name's Finn, this is Zach. We still don't do it. So like people that have come in the last, I don't know, 10, 20 episodes have no clue who we are.
Well, I think we get referred to as the Largo Boys.
We do. It's a
As in,
collective
like,
term.
yeah, there's no names attached to it. It's just the
Which is
Largo Boys.
cool, I guess.
I guess that happens to other people. Like, I'm sure Mr. Beast, no one's going around going, Jimmy! They go,
Yeah.
oi, Mr. Beast. So
True.
like, I guess his gamer tag's attached to his name, so we'll just throw ourselves in that bucket.
We'll run with it. But yeah, do you wanna just throw you under the bus here? What are you doing? Who are you?
Oh, God. That's not in our show notes.
Yeah.
Just fully.
Well, that is. I wrote reintroduce ourselves to new followers.
Yeah, but that's the biggest question ever. Well, as mentioned in the...
You don't have to give us your biography as well. You can just.
No, it was just as mentioned in our Instagram bio, where it has been and never been, so...
I got rid of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was out.
It was, but I feel like it's kind of like beyond that now. We're just like,
We've evolved.
we're just here doing it. So we are kind of that though. Zach was really good at surfing. Well, he still is.
A lot.
He still is.
I was laser focused in that sentence and heard was, and I said, "Ooh, this can't be good."
I never quite got there, but we make it work. But
We're just two dumpties starting a podcast, and it's going surprisingly very well.
yeah.
For example, our Instagram, this month, 1.8 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never would I have thought that when we were sitting on your lounge in January with little mics attached to our shirts and your cap, you had one attached to your cap. That was some grim days, and we've already come this far. So I'm not saying we're the bee's knees and we're bigger than the Beatles, but I'm pretty stoked of where we are.
Happy with where we're at.
I think what we do though, like I'm glad we topped on this like topic, but I reckon we do a full deep dive episode.
Into us.
And that's like the end of year wrap up.
Okay. Yeah.
Let us know if you want to hear it. Some people might be like, no.
No, they definitely don't want to hear our biography.
No, but like we could just talk about, hey, thanks for jumping on. Here's like, because some people are probably like, I wonder if they're doing any good or if they're literally about to file for bankruptcy.
Oh, we can maybe do like, I'm happy to be, what's the word? Like see-through with it all. Like I'm happy.
Transparent.
Transparent. That's exactly what I was looking
First
for.
time ever this year that
Yeah.
you've come to me for a word. Put that in the bank.
If people want to know stuff, I'm happy to tell them. Like
I think that's
I'm
cool.
not going to hide it. But
Like for example, I texted you yesterday and I said I was going to DM another podcast, surfing podcast that is. And I was going to say, hey lads, just out of curiosity, how many listens per episode do you get?
and I just wrote, do not do that.
And I was going to say, just asking for a mate. Because I'm just genuinely curious to like, are we like Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey right now? Or are we literally two freckles in a universe?
We're 100% freckles in the universe, but that's fine. We're much bigger freckles than we assumed we'd be.
But that's what I want to know. Like, what
November.
size freckle are we? Are we going to the skin doctor to see if this thing's like benign or if it's like cancerous or what?
Yeah, no. Well, hopefully we're not too cancerous. Hopefully we're providing some value.
Some people probably think we're cancerous, but that's all right.
I feel like though, yeah. My name's Finley. I'm 26 years old. I am from England originally. I moved here when I was 5. I've lived here ever since. So I kind of chop and change where necessary.
2IC of Lennox Head Surf.
Yeah, work in Lennox Head Surf Shop. What else do I do?
Play Oztag.
I play Oztag. Where's the Gold? Named after one of the better pokie machines that you can find.
Oh, it's definitely paid out some investments over its time. Do you do Findo?
I'd always pick the dog Findo.
Findo.
People have no idea what we're referring to here, but the dog.
People have no idea.
Some will. Some will go.
So here, I'm reintroducing Zach's facts.
Yeah, go on.
We have 20% of the world's poker machines, and we have the 56th biggest population in the world. Do that math.
So good. No,
That
not
is
good.
disgusting to know that there is that many pokies, and that they're banned in WA, so it's not even half the Australia. It's all just down the one side.
Yeah. No, that's where the team name came from, though.
So you can. I think everyone knows who Find Dough is.
Who? The
Well,
dog.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like,
Ah.
so many. We're the highest gambling country on earth.
Yeah, true.
Poker machines. That is not gambling.
I'd say
No,
we're
no.
pretty high up in gambling. I think we're also probably would be top 3 beer drinkers, I imagine, too.
I think Ireland per head is.
Top 3, but I reckon we'd be.
Have you seen that good thing where you put in pub on islands on Google Maps and all the red dots come up and you can't see the actual country?
No, I was saying you do that when we were at Urban Surf, though, looking for... saying you write pub in.
Pub. Turns out, guys, if you put pub in Sydney, there's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywho,
What about you, though? Well, I kind of ran through me. England, now Australia. I surf. I didn't do very well surfing-wise growing up. We've put it this way, my podcasting career to date has been much better than my surfing career, which is saying something because we haven't actually come that far. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Hi, my name is Zach. I'm 27 tomorrow.
Good thing you said that.
Old dog.
27.
Oh, no, day early, sorry. The 6th.
Did I say I was 26?
Yeah, you did.
I'm 25, but I'm 26 in December. Go on, continue, sorry.
You're like one of those people who go, I'm 25, turning 26. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. You might
just
going to turn 40.
I just round up so I've accepted that I'm older.
I've been doing that for so long.
You just go, and then you get used to being a year
100%.
older, and then when you actually are, you don't feel as old.
Yeah.
Continue, sorry.
Yeah, I'm 27. Had a semi-successful junior career. I think I peaked way too early, though. Turns out no one cares if you have a trophy case stacked to the brim full of Wahoo Grom comps and Rip Curl Grom searches.
Yeah. Went to World Juniors a couple of times, though.
I went to ISA, never went to WSL World Juniors.
That's fine.
I think I got 7th, equal 7th to Kihu Butler at ISA that year. The kid who won was a little French kid that I don't even think exists anymore. Never heard of him from that date.
Do you remember his name?
Nope, no idea.
Okay, cool.
He was quite small.
Yeah.
I gave the QS a run, and then till I was about 18, I got sucked into the corporate setting of working and
Worked at an airport?
worked in an airport slinging bags, and then jumped up the ladder.
Probably just clarify what you mean by slinging bags as well.
Slinging baggage
Yes, thank you. Continue.
with people's belongings inside of it with zippers.
Yeah, correct. Good.
Yeah, no, I like that you fix me up there because there's
Could have
other...
been damaging for brand logo. Continue.
Yeah, would have got us cancelled pretty quick. Jumped up the corporate ladder there. Found myself in a senior manager role until about a year and a bit ago, and then I jumped ship, changed industry, changed everything, went into marketing at Billabong, team manager at Billabong and Ruka, and now I'm parked my freckle here talking to you.
Beautiful.
Bada bing, bada boo.
You spent a considerable amount of time at Uluru as well, which not.
Oh man, I was living at Uluru. I was pretty much doing fly in, fly out. 1 week on, 1 week off at Uluru for. I did 12 weeks last year, and guess through summer.
Oh,
Google that. It's a fantastic time to visit Uluru in summer in the middle of the desert. It's almost geographically the center of Australia.
like mid 40s every day.
38s, 40s, but it's like a heat that is just,
Unrelenting.
it is out of this world. It just zaps you. It zaps your energy and you won't know it. That's the scary thing is like you're sweaty, but you're sweating here on the Gold Coast. Like you're not going to be like, it's not any different in that sense. It's more you sit down after an hour of being outside and you're like, I'm lethargic and like I need to sleep.
Yeah.
So when you're working 3 hours out on an apron, which is where the planes are,
Yeah.
you feel pretty fucked.
It's funny you say, like, you seeing where you've gone for work, because I was just thinking about, I've had 3 jobs. Lennox Gelato, which is about...
Now you got the strongest forearm in Lennox Head.
Yeah. No, I built that one up early. Lennox Gelato, then worked in a marketing agency in Lennox, Rapid Media, for not long, about sort of 3 or 4 months, worked there for a bit. Moved on from there and then ended up at Lennox Head Surf Shop. So all 3 of my employment places have been within a 2-minute drive from my house, and that's as far as I've had to travel for work. So you going to Uluru is classic. Did forget I've got a degree as well, which is probably should put on, not just
I don't know why you don't blast this thing I don't know why it's not in our bio.
Well, it's not that, like, lots of people have degrees. It's just like, just putting it out so people realize I'm not.
Yeah, but you're not the status quo in going to get a sports exercise degree. I feel like everyone goes, oh, I'm going to get a sports exercise one. Do you know why I know that? Because I did that. I deferred it for 3 years, but never started. But I got into sports science, whereas you did what?
I did psychology, but it's pretty well the equivalent of a sports science degree or whatever it was that you're talking about. It's hard. It's difficult. Zero, like you've got to do. I did 3 years, got bachelor's degree. Probably, I think I've probably pointed this out before. If you're considering doing a psychology degree, just know you're in for 6 years of study.
When you say study, do you just watch Simon Baker's The Mentalist like every day?
No, it's pretty good. Like I learnt to write really well. Every assignment's an essay or a scientific report on something. You just
That's why you're always fixing my dialogue on this podcast, because you're just listening to me going, oh no, he said this word, thinking of this word.
That's fine.
That's why I love our duo. Keep going, sorry.
Well, no, I was gonna, like, it's a lot of report writing, a lot of statistics. Hence, like, that's kind of, I enjoyed doing. I just didn't feel like I had another 3 years in me afterwards. Like, it's pretty taxing. Came out of it and just went, oh, I don't know if I've got that left in the tank. Still there if I ever need it, but I don't know how much this is making the final cut. By the way, it's probably.
I was thinking maybe we just bring our wrap up episode or Who Are We episode right now, because we're already how many minutes in? We might as well just keep going.
Well, we've got surfing to talk about. Last time we did this, people were like tuning out. So I'll jump in there, have a tinker, probably remove little bits and pieces, but I'll leave our little mini bios. But I reckon we move into some actual surfing. Surfer of the week. Let's start with that, because he is someone that actually messaged us and was like enjoying what we were doing, which is cool. It's cool to hear that. Obviously, we've got people like you or I that are just casual observers of surfing and just enjoy the sport and enjoy watching it, that watch us. But then they've also got guys that are like competing on one of the higher levels of the sport, tuning in as well, which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool.
But the server of the week for this week, Ben Lawrenson. You've noted here mini Matt Wilco, which I don't think's unfair.
Well, I didn't even coin that term. That was someone DM'd us, and said, because we put something up on socials when he was going on an absolute backhand rampage at Cloud9, and someone, God, I don't know who it was, but they were like, surf like Matt Wilco, and I was like, holy shit, that's the closest thing to Matt Wilco I've ever seen.
Kind of does.
It's that stocky backhand, just aggressive whip.
The thing that stands out to me, and the reason we're giving him, again, I hate calling this an award. It's not. It's just this recognition. There's, this has come from the Philippines. So Cloud9 event just happened. He finished second, which we're going to get into a bit of a rundown at the end of this. We thought we'd go on a surf of the week first. Second place there for him. The thing that got me about his surfing, and I knew he was good. Like, I'd had him pinned for a while as a really, really impressive backhand surfer.
Yep.
Goes good on lefts too, obviously, but his backhand's where the money's made for him. The thing that gets me is how quickly he's able to go from the bottom of the wave to the top of the wave and then back down to the bottom of the wave. It's like a whip snap.
With minimal boggles or like double bottom turn pumps.
Yeah. Or there's none. It's just like, it's one like succinct movement off the bottom. Before you even process he's come off the bottom, he's already in the lip. And by the time you've seen all the spray, he's back down doing his next bottom turn. And it's
like one of those shitty TikTok reels that you see where like they can't lift their they've got to draw something without lifting the pen off the piece of paper.
Yeah,
he's the one who gets it. He gets like the little prize at the end.
It's crazy. And he throws so much water, has really good release, and you never ever see him like, you know, you do a backhand snap and sometimes you get a little bit hung up, or like the fins, you might release the fins and you end up in the lip for a little bit longer.
I'm well aware of what that feels like. Been doing it for a while.
Well, he still gets the fins out, but he's so like glued to his board that he's already back down. He comes down with a lip ahead of it and he's ready to go again, like ready to reload.
I saw him at the Stratty Invitational, the Border Riders comp that we talked about last week before, and he did this forehand wrap right in front of me. If there was one of those photographers there, I would have been the bloke on the shoulder with the mouth wide open, barrel face.
Yeah.
It was pretty surreal to watch.
Yeah, he's really impressive, and I think, like I said, I've had eyes on him for a while because he posted a clip on his Instagram probably, I don't know, a few years ago, maybe 3 to 5 years ago, where he's surfing snapper. I'm pretty sure it was snapper, and just 5 or 6 of just the nicest bottom to top turn combos, like all the way down the line at snapper, finishes it really well, and I was like, that's really good. And he was pretty young at that point still.
And I like that Connor O'Leary
Yes.
DM'd us and said he surfs like me.
Well, he just went like, that was nuts. Like, and when I saw that, I was like, if that was me and someone got that message, I'd want to see that. So I screenshot it and I sent it to Benny, and he actually didn't see it. So I sent it the night before the final, didn't see it, and then he replied like 2 days ago or something, going, "Wow, that's so sick! Like, thanks for sending that through." But I was like, not that you need any extra motivation, but like, Connor's saying this about you, like, that's a good sign.
I think there was about 3 DMs that had Connor's name saying he surfs like Connor.
Yeah,
And then to have Connor DM saying that kid's ripping,
yeah.
surfs like Connor.
Absolutely.
And Matt Wilco. Connor and Matt Wilco had a baby and they named it Ben Lawrence.
Yeah. Well,
But he won one more award.
what was that?
Most passionate human in Chagall.
Yeah, he was.
Man, he was fired up. He was doing like the full, what do they call it? Muscle, like,
Yeah.
ugh.
He was feeling himself.
He was.
It was good.
I can see why though. Like, when you're on a roll in a heat, it's pretty hard to keep that fire, at bay.
Yeah.
You want to release it.
That'd be his best result to date, I imagine, too. Like, he made a final against Dane Henry at the Skull Candy Pro Junior, where Dane did the flip.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
Hard to beat that, but and that was kind of like the biggest result I saw. There's probably been some in the mix that I haven't been paying attention to, but this I'd imagine QS 6000 his biggest to date, which really, really cool. And he knew it, I guess, and was just going, how good's this? Like, I'm surfing really good. They're giving me scores. He was dropping 8s every heat.
Yeah, I know.
It was sick.
Yeah, and didn't go to the air.
No, not once.
Well done, Ben Lawrence,
Yeah.
aka Matt Wilkinson,
Matt Wilkinson Jr.
aka Connor O'Leary.
We got, like, again, not much in terms of content to discuss, but we just thought we'd do a bit of a news cycle.
Yep.
For
We're not. Don't come to us for your normal news.
No,
Go to Prime and NBN for that. But we could chat news.
we're not Tim Bailey doing the weather report.
No, is he still kicking? He'd be getting pretty
I can
senior.
imagine so, but
I thought a cyclone would have swept him off his feet by now. But
not a huge man.
let's just start off. Huge achievement for one of our sponsors of the pod,
Yeah.
the Better Beer Boys. They've just canned and sold their 100 millionth beer. That is incredible. I don't even think the human mind can comprehend what that looks like.
No.
How do you visualize 100 million cans? Is that like the population of, like, think of Lennox Head if it just had cans in red? Do you reckon that's like 100 million?
Well, I do a lot of like YouTube trawling of space videos. Similar story, just the absolute ridiculous numbers they deal with in space. 100 million is one that, I guess, obviously we're dealing with billions and trillions in space, but the human brain can only really process, like, even a million's a lot to process, like.
Yeah. There's actually something that helped me identify what like a million versus a billion looks like.
Is that like how many seconds it is or how many days it is?
No, so if you Google what $1 million looks like in $1 bills, and then you Google what $1 billion looks like in $1 bills, that's a clear representation of like the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire.
Yeah.
So like 100 million cans is like, I'm sure that's like the city of Gold Coast with like just cans everywhere on the ground. Surely.
Well, here's a another way to reference it, and
A visual aid.
oh, not visual, but mental aid. So 1 million seconds is 11.5 days. 1 billion seconds is 31.7 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
So like when you hear like someone's like a millionaire,
Yeah.
and then you go, "Ooh, that's nice," and then when someone goes, "Oh, Warren Buffett, like he's donated $15 billion," it's like to charity. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's pretty big.
But yeah, like 100 million cans of beer. If you told like two guys that were tradies, essentially, I think
Mhm.
one of them was a tradie, one of them was maybe a labourer or something.
Gyprock.
Gyprocker.
Whatever they're called.
Gyprocker.
Yeah, plaster. Some. I
Okay.
don't know. We just got blasted by every tradie ever.
Yeah. But there, for those lads to be sitting there going, counting their cash, going, we just sold 100 million cans of beers.
That's a side hustle too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's not even there, probably them. Or I guess you'd have to imagine now that's their main source of income, right?
I don't. Oh, it'd be a major source, but like I know that they've got a little sub team that like heads that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not them in every single boardroom and decision.
Nah, for sure.
But a big well done to Better Beer team. That's an astronomical thing. Next one.
Speaking of sponsors,
Yep.
and this happened about a month ago.
I was shocked. I was shocked when I heard this.
You were shocked?
I was shocked.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have followed this company very quietly in the shadows. I've been a big fan of this company for a long time. And I'm a fan in a way of like, I just love the way they execute their marketing, their team. Everything they touch is like pretty well polished.
Yeah.
So when I saw a surfer with a little half puby chin hair, goatee, and like in his own right, he's an absolute wep. But I was shocked. I'm happy it's happened. It fits now that I've let the brain kind of digest. But I was shocked at first.
See, to me, immediately, and what we're referring to here is Nathan Flores, signs of Red Bull.
Yep.
The second I saw it, I went, that is a match made in heaven. And I couldn't believe I hadn't thought of that before.
Really?
He is the embodiment of Red Bull. All he does is travel the world and surfs the most disgusting looking waves you've ever seen.
When I think Red Bull, I'm thinking this Norwegian rock climber who looks like his abs are cartoon drawn on. He shaves his nipples. He shaves his legs. He's like 0% body fat. He's got his Red Bull hat on and his can like sitting there, and he's just like, he's driving a fucking McLaren F1, and that's where my brain goes. So when I saw Nathan Florence and like his thumbnails where he's got this little goatee and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna go surf and pull in these big slabs, like I was like, ooh, a little bit of a juxtaposition between the traditional team, I'd call it.
Okay. I
love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but
he is like the surfing equivalent of a rock climber though. I feel like if someone in surfing was a rock climber, it's him. I can't think of anyone else who I would, you know what I mean?
now that you say it, I'm like, oh, maybe.
He pretty much is a rock climber. He climbs rocks
to get to where he needs to go, yeah.
and then goes and surfs over a rock.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I just have this like high athleticism,
He's not like a high performance athlete in the
and that's Red Bull. There's no way you can not deny that Red Bull is not high performance athletes.
It is. But I think in his own right, he kind of embodies that company by the things he gets up to in surfing.
Yeah. No, it's not a mismatch. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a little bit outside of the current mold of the team.
Yeah, sure.
Because I actually went on Red Bull's team on their website just to go through their team, and yeah, man, there's 6-packs galore in there, and I reckon Nathan Florence has a 4-pack.
I reckon he's got a 1-pack.
You reckon?
I wouldn't be surprised.
He'd be one of
Hey,
those
tell you what, though,
weird blokes that walks around with a t-shirt on all the time, even when it's fucking hot, and then he'd take it off one day at like a little like Christmas barbecue, and everyone's like, "Whoop!"
Yeah. No, and again, I don't want to take any credit because he trains like an animal. I've seen his training regime. He's like running big, heavy weighted backpacks up mountains in Hawaii and stuff. So he's an animal in that. He's not like your typical like 20-year-old guy, or like not he's 20 mid-20s guy and fully sculpted like surfer boy.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's where you're thinking that person.
Yeah.
Zoom up to their head, Red Bull hat.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's where that kind of idea came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it though.
Another sponsorship movement, one close to your own heart, Zachary.
Yep.
Jaleesa Vincent moves on to Volcom.
Yep. Happy and sad in the same thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you have a team member that's been on the team for 7 years, I think she's been with Billabong for 7 years.
Yeah.
She was like the unicorn. She's that person, the cool kid at the party. Everyone wants to hang out with the cool kid at the party.
Yeah.
But we're also happy because we know that Volcom are going to look after her as we did.
Yes.
So that one was a
Bittersweet.
bittersweet. Yeah, perfect.
In other sponsorship rumors. This is the first two confirmed. This one are more of a rumor, but
Oh man,
They're not-
It's almost the real thing though, right?
they're not going away. And Jack Robbo to JS is looking like it's happening.
What do you think he's going to jump on? The Golden Child?
He'll be on Golden Childs for sure.
I reckon. I have no insider knowledge of this. Could be well off the mark. I reckon to get him from Sharp Eye, they've promised him a new little number.
Oh, I imagine there'll be a Robbo. Like he immediately.
The Rob Dog.
Well, he immediately becomes their biggest team rider, right?
You'd think so.
Who was top 5 this year? Like Yago's Mayhem, Griffin's Mayhem, they're pretty much all Mayhem, I believe. Italo was Timmy Patterson. Who else was there? Ethan didn't make Kanoa? No?
Kanoa is on them now, yeah.
He's on JS's, but who was 5th?
Griff?
I'm not tripping.
Mayhem. Oh, you already said Mayhem. Who knows?
I don't know. There was someone else there, and it's absolutely despicable that we don't know who it is. But him to JS, like he probably becomes their biggest team rider.
He'd be fighting Kanoa for it.
Yeah.
I reckon there'd be a little there'd be some awkward boardroom there at JS where they've gone, how do we decipher who gets? So I think what I'm trying to say is you've got two phones ringing. One's Kanoa, one's Jack. Who are you answering first, and who are you screening?
Who are you giving the last spot to on the lifeboat? It's
Friday 4:30. I could glass one extra board. They both need it. Who's getting it? Yeah. Who would you go?
Probably Jack. And
on Kanoa.
Well, Kanoa just plays. He seems to just play the bridesmaid always, and it's a shame because he's finally the main guy on Quicksilver, and then they go, Griffin, here's an absolute bag of money. Come jump on. He jumps on now. Griffin's that guy. Kanoa's there, but he's second tier to Griffin, and then now he was probably like in terms of JS, he's one of maybe their biggest guy that they had. And now Jack's going to come in and take the...
You'd probably think Jack will take the reins just because it's a Aussie surf brand and Aussie surfer.
And people screaming out, the person that we missed was Geordie Smith, who... sorry, Geordie.
Well, he's on Smith Surfboards.
Yeah.
And
I think he rode Parcells at the finals, but anyway. But yeah, so these rumours aren't going away. It sounds like Jack Robertson...
Surely he's going to give us a Christmas present, and the Christmas present is an Instagram post saying, hello world, this is me, I'm on JS.
We've heard from good judges as well that this, and we've got zero context to this, we have no idea what this means, but we're hearing it's the, quote, tip of the iceberg, so stay tuned.
Well, they paying him in Bitcoin or something.
I don't know. We'll see.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Worried.
It could be something else happening. Not sure. Again, no. We have no idea. We'll tell you when we know, but we don't know. OnlyFans sponsoring surfers.
Fantastic. Where do I sign up?
So they've got, from my knowledge, Pedro Scooby, which is not a porn star. That's actually a real person.
Definitely his porn star name.
Pedro Scooby.
Mr. Scoobs.
Pedro.
Pedro. Yes, he's got a little like mustache like I do too, and he's just okay. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And then most recently, Moana Jones Wong. Now she's assured her followers there will be no funny business going on her account. It's going to be purely.
Finley, can you describe funny business for me?
I think everyone knows what it's referring to.
I was trying to get you.
You won't get me. Yeah, she's promised everyone that it's going to be purely training related and behind like day in the life type scenarios for her, like what she gets up to in her days and stuff.
Why can't you do that on YouTube?
Well, I guess
Instagram.
It's behind a paywall.
TikTok.
Behind a paywall is
Patreon.
I guess, but maybe
there's 15 levels I could have directed her to before the OF.
Here's my analysis of the situation. OnlyFans is going, we are now a global, pretty well a porn website. Let's try and get away from this. And I reckon they've thrown decent money at a couple people. I don't know. I could probably pull it up now, but people with big followings to try and diversify.
Mate, careful. As soon as you type in OnlyFans on that laptop, she's cooked. That's up for sale on Marketplace.
I just typed up Moana Jones. So she's got nearly 200,000 followers. She's got 188,000 followers. All she does is she rocks up the pipeline from November to March each year and surfs, and then she's probably like a bear. She probably just hibernates for the rest.
Okay, let's just say, so she's putting content up where she's walking down the beach in a G-banger,
She's
whatever.
I think the idea is she's not doing that.
Okay, so let's just say she gets 20K in revenue because it's not going to be big because who the hell?
Be surprised. I reckon they've thrown coin out.
I think people are going to be buying in out of curiosity first, but they're not going to stay for an extra month.
Maybe.
Anyway, my point here being is 20 grand worth your name being associated to that website, and at Christmas lunch someone goes, "Oh, so what have you been up to?" "I've just been posting on OnlyFans." Then your nan hates you.
Yeah,
There's a cost, there's a trade for everything.
we know, Zach.
Is that trade worth it?
We've had many discussions surrounding this. That everyone has a price, and
Mine's $20.
Zach's is not much, but yeah. Look, I reckon I'm speaking out of school here. I don't know. I imagine it'd be more than 20K. I reckon they have so much money. They'd just be going, let's try and get away from what we're known for.
The business model is not them paying. It's the revenue you generate. You're your own business on their platform. That's all it is.
That's the idea. But they're OnlyFans athletes. They're sponsored by the platform.
It's just what are you getting that isn't on Instagram?
Behind the scene, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm not going to sign up to, like, even if John had one and they pay John X amount of money, like, I'm not signing up to that to watch what John eats for breakfast. You know, like, I don't
go on YouTube and then your wife doesn't hate you.
Yeah, well, not yeah, yeah. There's that.
I find that so silly. That is a bad decision if you ask me. If she's making absolute bonkers worth, then slap me in the face. But until then no, it's a big brab out for me. Should we move on?
Well, speaking of OnlyFans, Zach,
Really?
Ellie Coffee.
Right. She does have one.
I assume she does.
And hers is slightly more raunchy.
Hers is not of the more wholesome variety.
Okay.
I believe. She manages to simultaneously piss off a boat and piss off India in one go.
Yeah, this one's pretty diabolical. This thing went from 0 to like a million. It was blasted all over Indian like national news at like 5 p.m. Like there could have been
White girls disrespects culture.
there could have been World War III happening, and they would have blasted this story.
Can you imagine if she started some kind of war?
Civil war,
Ellie Coffee
a revolution.
has, like, their population's huge. I can't imagine their army's as good as ours, but they've got numbers.
Their army's pretty good, but I can just imagine they're all in India trying to find her. Go, where is she? Give her to us. And then someone goes, oh, she's actually in the Kimberley in Northern Territory. Yeah. And they go, ooh, I think we got this one wrong, which they did. So for anyone who missed this, Ellie Jean Coffee did a wee off the side of a boat in the Kimberley, I believe, Northern Territory somewhere. It's in Australian waters.
Yeah.
Somewhere, someone has thought that this was a boat on a very sacred bit of land in India that is like one of their like prized possessions, probably a big national park or something.
Yeah.
I think it was equivalent to, say, doing a wee on Uluru for disrespect.
Yeah.
Although they obviously got it wrong. She was not in India weeing overboard in their sacred waters. But all it takes, Finley, is one person to just take an inch and they take a mile.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
Well, as you talk, I'm just typing up. So she's obviously done wee into a body of water.
Yes.
Off a boat. Not a great look, whoever you are.
No.
Not the first person to ever do it, though, and also won't be the last.
No.
India, though, well known for their love of the river Ganges.
Yes.
I've just looked up, so the fecal matter in that river, 1,400 times over the acceptable limits during major festivals.
Yeah, but I don't think they were thinking she was peeing into the river Ganges. I think...
No, but like that is their most sacred, like that is their life.
No, that's... Yeah, it is, but it's not sacred. That's just a
highly sacred piece of water in India. They do funerals in there. They do everything. They bathe in there. That's like their thing. And it is...
So it's the River Nile for the Egyptians.
Yeah, it's like, that is their thing. But like they have festivals on it. They do burials or like send-offs into it. Every part of their life revolves around that. And it is an absolute state. So, like, I guess it's technically like public, like it's like desecration of like a sacred site, visually seeing someone like pee into a river. But like, in terms of what is acceptable for that, like they're throwing dead bodies in there. Like, I don't know. It's kind of.
Are you saying it's...
I'm not defending Ellie Coffee here, by the way. Like, it's doesn't matter where you are. Posting a video of you peeing into a river is probably not a good idea.
No. I don't even know how this even made it onto the document that we're reading, but that's how crazy the internet can be.
Again, I can definitely see why they're annoyed, although it immediately is defunct when you find out it's in Australia. It's not even in India.
No.
So it's like,
So big waste of everyone's time.
yeah, big waste of our time. We covered it because it happened. It was funny. I laughed.
And it's pretty funny to see the internet just go so rampant over such a small thing.
Have you ever enjoyed a wee off a boat?
100%.
Yeah. See? Did you film it?
No. So that's where like you just go, why was this photographed and put on the internet in a place where there would have been no fucking phone reception? So she's probably waited 2 hours and been like, this is a good idea. And then went post.
Yeah.
Big no-no for me. Speaking of Instagram, a recent clip was uploaded by Sierra Kerr claiming she's the first woman to do a backflip.
Yeah. Oh, she said her first backflip, but by like ipso facto, whatever, that
Indirectly.
she is saying, no other lady's done a backflip. So
Correct. I don't think there has been. Landed anyway.
I can't think of one. It's definitely the best ever done by a lady, full stop.
Yep.
Can't think of one better.
Yep.
Was
on
it the
three?
Was
on
it
three. Three.
Sorry,
I've actually got to give you some rules.
Yeah.
On three, was it a backflip? 1, 2, 3, no.
It wasn't a backflip.
Sick.
It was psycho.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't call it a backflip.
Yeah. Needed a few more angle of...
It just needed
upside
probably an extra 45 degrees of inversion. It's just like, it's a side cork type thing.
Cork came to mind.
Dane Henry's done a few that we've probably misnamed as a backflip. He has also done backflips. Dane Henry also does a version of this, though, probably slightly more inverted though.
There's degrees of invertedness.
Yes, yeah, and we're not the inversion judges. We're not just.
Yeah, we are.
Well, we're just sitting here saying what we see, and crazy. I don't want to take anything away from a girl who's been suffering from Lyme's disease and is like, she's just done the best ever done by a girl ever.
Yeah, we're not here to take away from that. But
so there's that. It's the best ever done, full stop.
you do also have to suggest parameters.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up a finner saying it was a aeroburst.
Correct. Yes. So probably not a backflip, but mental nonetheless.
Yeah. It deserves a commendable round of applause. Well done.
Okay. Now,
The juicy shit.
we've been watching a certain reel we posted do quite well.
Yeah.
Involved my head,
It involved Finley's mug.
involved my mug, and it was me talking over Crosby Colapinto's recent wave from Fiji where he decimated the thing. And I made a direct comparison of, let me emphasize here, approach to Andy Irons. People didn't realize I was referencing Andy Irons.
I hate the internet sometimes.
I'd put two videos actually afterwards of Andy Irons in the clip. And then I also used like probably the song he was most well known for as the song.
Out of Trilogy.
Yeah, I think it was Trilogy.
Yeah.
So I was hoping it was going to be blatantly obvious to everyone who I was talking about.
It was.
Well,
You
it
don't need to
was.
say hope.
Well, apparently not, Zach. Because
No, but this is just the power of the internet. They see the thumbnail and they go, comment now. I'm not going to watch any of it and I'm going to blast it my opinion.
But it begs the question, and we'll get into why we think this, because we copped a lot of criticism. I say we. My head was attached to it, so it's directed towards me.
This is your boat.
Yeah, this is where I have to sit and cop this. But we got a lot of, I'd call it hate, because we compared the two, and
It was light hate. It wasn't like directed at how you look or what we do.
No, it was
somewhere, yeah.
mocking my appearance, but it was like, you're an idiot for comparing the two, because no.
Should we give the listeners some context? We have some examples.
Yeah, we will. But like, the question is like, do we value history too much, and do we place too much importance on past achievements or past contributions, and allow that to degrade current achievements? If
It's
that makes
almost
sense.
like the weighting on the past era that is more than
It's
the current.
amplified. Yeah. We've got some examples. Do you want to read them out?
Yeah, so if you missed this was obviously a video with Crosby's last clip from Fiji, belting 3 big backhand turns, and then it's Andy Irons doing similar surfing on a similar size wave, doing the same thing, almost the same thing. Some of the quotes that we got was, Andy Irons is too good to be compared to by anyone. He's in a league of his own. Crosby surfed this wave to nuts, but AI is like Elvis. He's impossible to find another equal. Mm-hmm. Okay. Someone said, we don't need your opinion.
Yeah, that one.
Valid opinion, that one.
That one hurt.
I'm sorry, but no one can come close to the style of Andy Irons. Okay.
Yeah.
Andy is on another level. Sorry, Crosby, but not even close. But it's close.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I read that wrong. Sorry, Crosby, close, but not even close.
Correct.
Bit of dyslexia there. How was there no mention of the Hobgood brothers? I can answer that because they're not in that Elvis league.
Yeah.
Not even close, amigo. Nice try. Someone said, brother, Andy slapped the backhand like no one else can these days. Fair. This one's really creative. I actually like this one. Soft as wet flowers compared to the Kauai boys. Maybe in the next life, keep trying. Surfing will never be the same again.
That's a kind of like a depressive, like.
If you're a 16-year-old young lad trying to become a surfer, that is filled in with confidence.
Surfing will never be the same again.
No shit, Sherlock. You can't. Yesterday is different to today.
Yeah.
You can't put toothpaste back in the tube and go, oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have to accept evolution. Anyway, Grayson Fletcher, big name, jumped on and said, AI, king, can't be compared to any other human. I disagree. I think everyone has a right to compare it. Whether you like the comparison or not is whatever. Someone said, get Andy Irons' name out of your fucking mouth. Okay. We actually never mentioned him by mouth.
I specifically didn't mention him.
That was the point of the exercise, not to mention him.
To see if people got the comparison, which there's 550 comments on that video.
Mm.
I'd say maybe 450 of them did, which is a lot of people. But I think in a roundabout way, what we're trying to say is there's still a lot of people that couldn't quite get their head around the fact that maybe the sport's progressed, and we're at an area now where we've got guys that are. Crosby's not a top ranked surfer. He's on the world tour, but
he's not middle pack, right?
He's middle pack, but that's kind of where the sport's progressed to. We're at a stage now where middle pack surfers are surfing as good as former world champions, and I say as good because when I watched that video, and I think a lot of other people thought the same, that surfing that Crosby was doing was objectively better than Andy's wave behind it.
Yeah, if you were to put the WSL panel on the podcast here with us and go through wave after wave of those two surfers, you would think Crosby's getting the nod next heat.
And it's not like, I'm not sitting here trying to say Crosby's better than Andy in any way. Like, Andy at his time was leaps and bounds ahead of everyone. He had only certain equipment available to him at the time, certain training regimes. No one was doing their fitness, diet, anything like that. So he, at his point in time where he was winning world titles, it's easy to see why people loved him, because he was so far better than everyone else. Him and Kelly were leading that pack. But I think it's important that we don't hedge too much of our, perspectives, like leaning heavily too far into the past.
Well, I'm an optimist and futurist, so I understand what you're putting down. I'm picking it up, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to honor those that have walked the path in the past. Never take away from them.
Yeah.
But you don't take away from the present, and you can't turn a blind eye to the present and not call it as it is. I think what we're doing here is calling it on face value. Andy Irons is a legacy surfer, which not many crew are going to go through life and be able to put themselves down on a list called legacy surfers.
Yeah.
So I think this is where people are probably a little sensitive, because we're comparing a mid-pack current surfer who's doing better surfing than a legacy surfer.
Yeah.
So in that regard, people are probably scratching their head going, these two Muppets have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But you are correct in saying Crosby was objectively surfing better than Andy in that specific clip. But
not even like, you could go and just say that even if it's surfing as good as Andy, like, it's, even if he's as good, like people saying he's not even in the same conversation, like that surfing that Crosby's doing there is not this, like, you couldn't even do that good of surfing if you try. Andy would probably have a tear in his eye if he saw someone doing turns like that, like it's what Crosby was doing on that wave was so impressive. And just to see everyone just like going, basically calling us idiots, which we are, but
happily take that.
To see everyone just going like no one will ever be as good as Andy, and it's like they are. They will be, and they currently are, and that's fine. Andy's barrel riding will like forever be some of the best ever. Like I don't think Crosby's in that conversation yet, but all I was merely comparing to in that video was just the approach, and it's almost a nod of the hat to Andy in that, saying how aggressively and how critically he used to attack waves. Crosby's doing that now, like better boards, better fins, everything's better. So the surfing's better,
You'd argue that Andy crawled so that Crosby could walk.
100%. Yeah.
And I think what people are probably also sensitive to is Andy was an enigma, whereas Crosby isn't. So they're probably thinking we're comparing Andy as a whole to Crosby as a whole. That is not even close. Like I said, Andy is a legacy. You'll never be able to take that away from Andy. He sits in the chalice of greats up there. But what I think some people are thinking we're doing is like putting Crosby in that like hall of greatness.
No.
We're just talking about this simple wave of 3 backhand big belting turns. That's where it starts and finishes, which I don't think some of the internet warriors could understand and articulate out of that reel.
And to call that surfing soft as wet flowers, I think is just like,
we must be Stevie Wonder blinder.
we must have zero idea. Like, we maybe shouldn't even have a podcast if we are so wrong and that's soft as wet flowers surfing, then I don't want to be part of it. So.
And we didn't even present this topic to talk about. This kind of
just came to us
by you just saying, how's the approach of surfer A, surfer B, and then everyone's like, don't compare them. You can't compare them. It's like, then we might have to go on Google and see if there was a law that we might have flirted on. I'm not sure. But what I would like to see is to put Crosby Colapinto into Doctor Who's little magic phone booth, send him back to 2000 and what year should we go? Like 7?
Prime Andy, 2003-ish, I think.
Yep. And we give him a handful of things. One, we're going to give him some long bongs board shorts that are full-blown knee slappers, 21-inch. He's not going to know how to surf in those.
And zero stretch,
just like the OG fabric. We're going to give him a 6'3" by like 16. Glass in fins, core fins. We're going to give him 5 daughters wax, no sex wax. You're not getting lumps. You're not getting any bumps. You're getting that flat, just.
And then we're gonna rub dirt into it and then comb it afterwards.
And then we're gonna like be on the boat, just heavily sledging at him because Andy was no stranger to expressing his opinion. And then we'll see if Crosby can replicate that back then. I'm going to give the nod to Andy in that regard.
I think so too. And that's what we're saying. We're not... Andy, for his time, was groundbreaking. But the conclusion here is that's not to say that we can't have people now surfing as good or better. Like
100%.
The sport's going to progress. People are going to surf better. like you could throw back to, like if you want to go that far, you could throw back to MR and go, oh, MR's
Go
like,
back to Duke.
like, yeah, seriously, like MR wouldn't make his round one heat in the QS these days.
No.
And like, it's just how it is. Like,
But people are going to chop this up and put it on the internet
That's
and
fine.
say these 20-year-olds just don't respect the history. It's like, well, we do, but we're just calling it as it is.
you're at the mercy of your equipment, the training regimes, and we just so happen to be in 2025 right now where
Time
everything is top tier. Everything's been studied to within an inch of its life, and everyone's fit as marathon runners, you know, like they're all
100%.
killing it. And that's
Except for Al. Al is a bit of a breakthrough.
Al's like, you could put him back with Andy's era and
I
he'd
think
fit in just quite fine, I think.
Do we call him a generational surfer then?
He's a time traveler.
He's a time traveler
Yeah.
for sure. He did find Doctor Who's box.
Yeah. But yeah, let's leave that there because I think it's a touchy. I've never really actually heard anyone discuss that, and like history is important.
I think it's important conversation. It's probably relevant to our podcast because we are on the younger demographic and we have a younger audience. And sometimes it is hard to sit at the table with, you know, some old fellas that are just saying like, nah, it's not what it used to be. And
Yeah.
they don't appreciate it. It's like, oh, like we're trying.
Yeah.
But like we weren't around. We were just a thought, a midnight thought
Yeah.
at that point in time. So it is good to get a fresh spin and perspective on surfing and look forwards rather than being stuck looking the other way.
Absolutely.
Respect what happened, of course, always. We're not sellouts and dipshits. But yeah, it's time to look this way as well.
I agree.
Should we get into our Cloud9 event wrap up?
Let's do it.
So I actually did view a fair bit of this because Cloud9's what, 3 hours in front or behind?
It's about 3 hours behind.
Behind, yeah,
Yeah.
true. Pretty good viewing.
Yeah.
It wasn't cooking. It looked fun and dreamy, but it was pretty small.
It was small.
2-3 foot.
It looked like a hell of a lot of fun though. There was one heat in particular Dane Henry was in. Forgotten what it was, who he was versing, but may have been like a quarter or around for the quarter or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he put up 2 very good scores really early in the heat. And I just was watching him just having so much fun in the back end, like sitting inside everyone and catching these like little 2-3 footers that were missing the outside reef because they weren't sets, and he was sitting there on his own just getting the funnest little cover ups, and they were never going to be anything above a 3 or a 4, but it just, you could tell he was having a good time. And I was
Just
like,
recharging the battery.
yeah, it's like that. Just to be in a position in a heat where you can do that, it would be very nice.
All you got to do is just do 15 backflips.
Yeah, that's it. Which he did one in that, or cork or whatever it is. But yeah, look, winner was Bronson Mady.
The Bron. He started quietish.
Yeah.
But like from this quarterfinal semi onwards, it was definitely evident that he wasn't there to fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Stomping one of the biggest alley-oops probably ever landed in that QS styled.
It's huge, and it was like the landing that makes it that way. Like his landing, he's going like submarine mode on
He
his
fully
board.
buried the nose.
Yeah,
on the first one.
2 occasions.
Yeah.
I think both of them he
Actually,
did.
yeah. So no, the first one, this thing was a monster. Landed almost over rotated.
Yeah.
And then landed like the board wasn't facing the beach. So as the wave kept going, he was actually getting pulled off the wave.
Yeah.
Turned that into a floater.
Did a floater. It's like a 2-for-1. That's like harder to do.
It's arguably harder to do.
So-
Did the judges look left and right and go, are we calling this an alley-oop and the floater? Or are we calling this an alley-oop that happened to just be attached to a floater? I don't know, but this thing was insane.
Yeah, they would have looked at it as a dodgy landing and probably taken points off him.
But it was a 9 point something, so
Yeah.
they didn't take too much.
No, it was huge. It could have only, if he landed it clean, they could have only gone one way with it, and that would have been 10 points.
Yeah, I think it was going to 10 if it was just as smooth as a baby's bum riding out of that. But
Yeah.
my God, that thing was incredible. And you can't say it was a fluke because guess what? Backed it up, did another one. Again, a little bit of a scary landing, like definitely submarined on the second, but
Yeah.
resurrected it very quickly.
He did. And like,
Get himself another, 9 point something?
he got another 9 or something. But he, like, even the landings on those things, they would be so bad for your knees to stop, to be coming from that high. Like, burying, you're better off cleaning it, like greasing it, and then it's like a nice smooth transition. He's like stopping dead in the water and like his ball, all of the pressures on his knees. And he just
sure.
doesn't seem to have any worries.
Guess who he's been hanging out with?
Matt Miola.
He's been hanging out with Mr. Silicon Ankles
There you go.
himself, Matt Miola. Because that
Exchanging.
thing was, you'd be thinking he'd be, me and you would be getting carried out in a body bag.
I'd literally be dead. Like, everything would break.
One thing I did want to mention, we had a little chat off camera about, was the lack of, and I don't know if this is either a judging issue or the whole QS's issue to deal with, is the lack of high scores.
Yeah.
There was very rarely heat totals over 12.
Yeah.
Which is either, it could be 2 6s,
Mm-hmm.
7 out of 5, something like that.
Yeah.
But not many big scores getting thrown around. And you mentioned a good point.
Well, you were of the opinion that at the time before we discussed it, you were kind of like, I think the judges have been really harsh on them, and they're not pushing that scale out, and we're not seeing any high scores. But I was more of the opinion, like, I think that's a really good thing. And they know that you've got guys in the draw like Dane Henry, Bronson Matey, who are going to go out and do stuff. Sure enough, they did. Even Ben Lawrenson, like he was getting really big scores, and they were paying him because of how strongly he was surfing those waves. I think it was really cool to see him hold the scale back, knowing that, because at the end of the day, like Bronson and Dane, they had a semi for a quarterfinal together or something.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of that heat was paying $1.01 to go and win the thing. That is the perfect setup for those guys. John Mark Takong, as we always like to reference, he's like the king there. And had he made the finals, I think he would have been really dangerous, but he lost out early in a slow heat. But those guys, the judges know who's coming in the draw, and to adjust the scale reasonably to the surfing. And they know that Bronson's going to come out and do a 10-foot alley-oop or a huge punt. And if they give someone a 7 for doing 2 turns, then there's no room in the scale left for Bronson's wave. So I think it was really good that they did that.
Yeah, and I'm glad we had that conversation, because I was looking at it at a surface level and you took it deeper. And I like that you've kind of got to hold back the herd.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
I think so.
I think we said this about, like, in the women's space as well. Like, sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards, and I feel like perhaps they were doing that here.
Yeah.
I did think they were waiting for waves and barrels that perhaps weren't coming, because this place can offer up incredible waves out of nowhere, because it runs like out the back of there is the deepest trench in the world.
Mariana.
In the Mariana Trench. So the little sniff of swell can be like 10 foot.
Yeah.
Because it's just come from such deep water into very shallow water. It mimics Hawaii a bit, not to the magnitude. It doesn't handle anything as heavy as Pipeline and all those other ways. But it felt like they were kind of holding everyone back in case, the next day or even throughout the day it was going to get better. But it didn't. And as a result, there was many heats. I'm just going through the heat draw now. In the first heat, 12. So Dom Thomas actually got an 8, and then he got a 3. So made it in that one. Second heat, second place was getting through 2 4s. The heat after that was a 3 and a 3 that got through. The next heat is a 3 and a 2 that got through. So you get my gist. It was pretty low.
Pretty low.
Maybe like these 3s could have been 4s.
Yeah.
4s could have been 5s. But pretty evident throughout the entire event that you only needed 10 points above to see yourself getting pushed into another round.
Until probably the quarters, in which case that's when everyone starts, which is where it should happen. That's when you need 14 points all of a sudden, or 15 points to get through your heat.
That's where the boys are separated from the men, as they say. But I do want to touch on one aspect. We actually were at Lebar Board Riders, and we were sitting down judging a heat, and we were watching our good friend Scrap, Harry O'Brien.
Yeah.
And did you see that wave he got?
I did.
The 7?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Like, we were sitting on the judging panel, and like that wave come through, and we watched, and we were all screaming and hooting. And I think the people out in the water were probably like, well,
someone's just
dusted me up. But it was actually Scrap 3,000 kilometers away.
It was sick.
That was incredible.
It was cool. I think he probably heard you from Cloud9.
I'm guessing so. Yeah, he had the crowd riled up for that one.
Yeah, that was
Very late drop. Nice barrel come through it and then belted it. Got himself a 7-point ride.
Yeah, good on him.
Unfortunately, he didn't go too much further into the draw, but
No.
he's still got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's good to see a bit of emotion from the scrap as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Claimed it.
And then they had the next heat as well. Had a big claim in there as well. Didn't get through that one, but he's showing a bit of the red hairedness coming out of him.
The fiery.
Yeah,
We will go down there after this. He lives down the road. We'll get those $5 off him because anything under an 8
true.
is a $5 fine.
so there's his $10.
How's this $10?
Sick. We're going by Macca's.
Yep.
Do you want to? My internet's dropped out. Do you want to just give us a little run through the ladies' event as well? I think it was Ziggy. Ziggy took it out, I believe.
She did. Yep.
She was on an absolute blinder. Few of the bigger names lost out early. I know Miller didn't do overly well in this. Nixie Ryan didn't go amazingly either. She had a really good first heat and then couldn't quite back it up in the later rounds.
Yeah. So I feel like Miller's almost on the same racetrack as Huey.
Yeah.
Like just an absolutely incredible surfer. Like I was watching that Club Tropicana, I think it was, which was the latest Sunbum film. Man, like I watched it at home and my missus was there and I said she's gonna be like incredible. Yeah. Like
she was getting
like she'll know that name in 10 years time.
Yeah,
like, she's gonna be like a household kind of name if everything pans out all right. Obviously she's still pretty young, but sometimes it doesn't hit in the competition scenes.
Well, it took Jack Robbo ages. He was looking like he was going to be the guy that slipped through the cracks and couldn't get through the QS, and he eventually did that, and thank God he did because he's shown everyone why he belongs there. But yeah, Miller, you're right. She's going to be a bit of a generational talent, I think. And she even in the free surf, she posted some clips. She was getting so coned and like more than any of the other girls I saw. And it's just a shame that by the time her heats were on, like it wasn't really barreling so much.
Bit of wind as well.
Yeah, if it was tube,
came round.
yeah, if it was tube, and she would have probably pretty easily won. But
My standout for that event was I had two actually. One was Isla Huppets.
Yeah.
Some of the most explosive surfing I've seen on the women's side at the QS level. Looks super dialed. So well done to Isla. And this is a full dark horse, but Charlie Hurst,
yeah,
mate, sending it on the backhand.
yeah.
Just looked like she was in this new gear that I haven't even seen before. Like super powerful, blowing the fins out on the backhand. It was just that point of difference where, yeah, like doing thinners on your backhand is quite tough.
Yeah.
And it's pretty not often seen too much in the women's side. It's usually just shy of the lip.
Yeah.
She was going hell for leather.
No,
Given everything she got, and she actually made it to the semis, I believe.
I saw her she was getting big scores from individual turns, like six plus rides from just doing one big backhand hanger, which was sick to see.
She's one of the nicest humans on planet too.
Beautiful.
I was saying to the Billabong women's team, I was like, imagine Charlie in like road rage. The person would like come up like boiling with like this rage and energy, and they would walk away a better person out of it. And she wouldn't have done anything wrong. And she's just one of those saints. So really good to see.
Good to hear.
Charlie get a third place there.
Yeah. Do you want to run through the rankings as well? Again, I can't pull it up. Just probably go like top 7 on each and just see where we're sitting.
On the qualifying series.
This is the Oz qualifier.
Hey, while I'm doing onto this, what are your thoughts on the Asian leg introducing the yellow jersey?
It's been a thing for a little bit. I think they did it last year too.
What do you think?
It's
Yeah, sorry, you go.
Oh, look, I don't really care, to be honest, but I think it's like cool to recognize who's leading, I guess, but also like it's a combined tour. Like I feel like if you're going to do that, you should have one for like, because that's just the top of the Asian. I doubt that is it K?
It's K.
I don't know. This is without seeing, but I don't think his points are as high as Beagle's, and Beagle doesn't have a yellow jersey. You know what I mean? Like, even if it is, like Beagle wouldn't get a yellow jersey.
He's just got more.
But
K,
is that before that event?
No, it's as of the current standings.
Yeah.
So he's on 13,440 and Beagle's on 12,000.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because Australia doesn't have it. So even if Beagle was ahead, he wouldn't have a yellow jersey. But I think if you're going to do it, make it a series and combine everyone, because It's just weird. It's like you're showing the two separate tours, but they're.
It's almost like the Challenger should have it because that is collectively all countries.
And I think as well, it's like a bit of a gimmick. Like the yellow jersey is so important because you're on the world tour, and that's what it matters.
There's only one. Well, one on the men, one on the female. There's only one. So when I'm thinking Yago Dora, and then the next yellow jersey is Kei Kobayashi, it's like, oh my god, there's like nothing as Kei. He would agree to this. There's so much breathing room between the two. It's like it almost takes away from the golden nugget.
Yeah, I don't look. I don't
Like,
care.
are we gonna have like a silver and bronze come in, or
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't care about it at all. It's fine, but it's just a bit weird. Like
it's weird?
I don't think you need it.
I think it's a big hit and a miss.
Yeah.
I think that it would look good in some Asian boardroom. Like, yeah, it's a great idea, but like, no, I don't like it. You want to hear the rankings?
Go for it.
Okay, so on top, there has been no real changes except for our surfer of the week, Benny Lawrenston. I think he's going to pack his bags and he's going to fucking Brazil.
You reckon? Where's
what-
he up into? What's he coming?
So, first is Lennox Smith, Caleb Tankred, Reef Hazelwood. So, I don't think that changed at all
No.
prior to
How's
the last event.
How's Caleb as well? He's probably said this, but just didn't go, and he's not going to Taiwan either. He's so confident that he's locked in that he's just gone. Yep, going to stay there.
No,
Make
no,
some money.
he's not going to Taiwan.
No, Leno's pulling back.
He's actually staying in the Philippines to chase a swell.
He's actually sick as well right now. So
And they're
Rest
like evacuating Philippines. They're getting hammered by a typhoon. So after this podcast, I'm probably going to call the Westpac helicopter and just make sure he's all right. In fourth place, huge jump, Ben Lawrenston.
sick. Cool.
Fifth place, Taj Stokes. And then it's Alistair Reginato in the sixth. Harley Walters made a pretty big jump too, into seventh, and Xavier Bryce in eighth.
Beautiful.
What is the cutoff?
I don't know, but
It's about eight,
I
probably.
think it's 7 or 8.
Seven or eight, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked with that list.
It's a very, very good list of surfers. Good to see Reef back in there.
Yep.
He's really, really talented. So I'm stoked to see him in the mix.
It's crazy that like Jarvis Earl is 10th and he's only done 2 events.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a shame, dude. He's on the Challenger series as well. He's had like a pretty good result. It's such a shame that he's not able to compete for the rest of the
I
year.
forgot to mention in the previous pods, I did catch up with Jarvis at Stab High. He was crutching around, and that injury is healing faster than anticipated.
not
He
as-
will be back sooner than what we probably projected on the podcast when it was fresh. He's walking around, and he reckons he's probably going to be back in the water by the end of the year.
He avoided surgery,
Yeah.
which surgery is what drags it out to sort of a 12-month recovery.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to do that. He's going to rehab it naturally, and it seems like it's all going good for him. So that's unreal news.
I think he said he's going to be in the water, but I don't know in what capacity, whether that's with Arashi for another 12 months.
Yeah.
Look, everyone coming back from an injury, you're on a 20 for at least a couple of weeks, just not pushing yourself.
Yeah.
So that is the men's. We'll head over to the ladies, if the internet works, which doesn't seem like it wants to. We are pretty much in Baghdad with this. First place, I believe, is a bit of a change. This is Isla Huppets up into first because it was Charlie Haitley that was in first. She is now second. Then it's Lucy Dara, Ziggy, Aloha Mackenzie, Kira Buckpick, and the Santos, Paige Harrop, Charlie Stokes.
Beautiful. Look, that's kind of all we got.
That's the rounds.
That's the rounds around the grounds. It's good to do a bit of a dribble episode, like not so much centered around an event, but more just what's been happening and it's
The
kinda-
rounds.
Literally, the rounds did the news cycle, and we'll be back. Whether or not it's another one of these, or it could also be a guest. We're just trying to factor in some ones and twos and just make sure it all lines up. But
We do have such a good guest
like
list.
we keep saying, so Zach's basically in charge of just lining up guests, which he's done a really good job of. He's got
I've
them all.
promised the world to everyone. We just need to get him a chair and a microphone.
Well, he's got them. We just don't have dates for them. So they're there.
Yeah.
They exist in the universe of the Largo podcast. They just don't have a date assigned to them. But given that there's going to be a few quiet weeks, we're going to do our best to lock them
I'm
in.
going to be there at Chrissy lunch with them. Just
Yeah.
mic'd up. One guest that will be coming up very shortly is International.
Yes. South African. We won't say who. You can figure out. It's not Jordy Smith. We won't do that.
Dylan Lightfoot.
It's not Dylan Lightfoot either.
It is not Dylan Lightfoot.
We've been in talks, advanced talks. So
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave
You
it
can
there.
start guessing from that. Yeah, I'm sure people will guess it immediately. But anyway, that's coming up very soon, as well as some other heavy hitters. So
thanks for listening.
yeah, we'll see you next one.
Beautiful.
Bye.